my last poem is called F.L.Y, which stands for fly. So I'm going to need you guys to help me with this last one, right? Don't let me down. So when I do that, I need everyone, and I mean everyone, to say, first love yourself. Okay? So I'm going to try that now.
First love yourself. First love yourself. First love yourself.
I like you guys. It's good. Okay. So I'm going to do that at the end of the poem, yeah? And please remember, because I will look like a right mug if I do that, and none of you join in. Okay. So yeah, this poem is called F.L.Y, which means first love yourself. And I am going to read it off a paper because I have not memorized it. So here we go. The first time you saw him, he was adorned in chocolate-covered skin. He was the kind of man that would make you easily want to sin. The kind with soft brown eyes like the ones only an artist could create on a palette. The kind that glistened in the sunlight every time he blinked. He had those kind of eyes. The kind that made you want to write poetry. The kind that made you consider how wonderful the moon would look if it was brown, because his eyes illuminated the room in a way you had never seen before. I think it was borderline hypnotic. But you held yourself, composed yourself, because your plan was to make it hard for him. So you tried your hardest not to look too hard at him so he wouldn't notice you noticing him, but he noticed you noticing him. He had full plump lips, the kind that would arouse the swaying of your hips, the kind that made you want to be his Adam and Eve and eating apples from a tree, because love is free like poetry, right? And so you wanted to be like his floetry, right? And entice him with your intelligence, but I'm not gonna lie, sis. When he first saw you, I'm sure we can both agree that he never saw your degree. He saw your breasts. And the way your top caressed your chest, see, his eyes had already undressed you, but you would not have guessed that by the way he looked into your eyes. His eyes staring straight into yours as if he remembered your body from a past life in which you were both lovers. And so that night you allowed him to undress you under his covers, and you made him a poet that night, as you allowed him to put his pen to paper, so he rewrote you that night. So you thought he was different. You thought it was love at first sight, but really he thought it was lust at first sight. See, he was a master of several tongues and yours was only one, so I guess you could say that he was bilingual, because body language is a language too, and he spoke yours fluently. See, he noticed the desperation and the sadness in your eyes and realized the only way he was going to get between your thighs was if he lied. And so he did. It was obvious that you needed to be needed. See, you wanted to be wanted, and so he pretended to want you, and you fell for it. But it doesn't make you an idiot. It doesn't make you stupid. It just makes you a person searching for love in all the wrong places. It makes you human, like the rest of us. It makes you a person whose loved one left far too many traces. It makes you human. It makes you a person scarred by what they thought was love. Someone who has been more scratched up than a vinyl by people they worship like idols. See, that isn't love. That's more like infatuation, because love is kind, and love is patient, and love doesn't fail. It's not like a fairy tale, but that's because it's not going to know every little detail. See, love begins with you. And you have to start loving yourself from within. So we have been conditioned to believe that the only way to be is to be with someone that makes us happy, when really we ought to be people that make us happy. See, the more you learn to love yourself, the easier it becomes. So my advice to you today is just let go of your past. Take off whatever mask you have on. Understand that God has already forgiven you, so learn to forgive yourself. Learn to be confident in yourself, in your skin, in your body, in you. Learn to fly, because flying comes easy to us. Just spread your wings. F.L.Y.
First love yourself.
F.L.Y.
First love yourself.
F.L.Y.
First love
Louder, guys.